Hello, welcome to the Managing Drought in the Southern Plains webinar series. Today's is a briefing on conditions that have changed in the Southern Plains region in the last week. This is brought to you by the Southern Climate Impacts Planning Program by NOAA and the National Integrated Drought Information System in association with the National Drought Mitigation Center. We do weekly briefings as well as extended look at drought conditions in the region about once a month. What's changed this week is that we've had continued rains in some places that were getting rain in September, especially in Missouri, eastern Kansas, and eastern Oklahoma. It was a dry week in West Texas, but it's been a very wet fall for them, so there's been some recovery there. Less optimistic, though, is the outlook now in the winter, which is called one of the most challenging in recent years with the erosion of El Nino. As we look at the drought monitor map today, we can see it's looking a little bit better, especially Missouri, and then the other areas mentioned in eastern Oklahoma and eastern Kansas. And you can see a lot of improvement since last summer over the eastern U.S. And Texas is still holding out in pretty good shape. In our region, you can see an area that's drought-free now in West Texas with the rains that they've been having, and generally a pretty good condition except for the Texas Panhandle and then far south Texas. In Oklahoma, there's been a lot of change going to D2 in eastern Oklahoma. Up further north, the pattern is still pretty similar, a little bit of improvement in eastern Kansas. In fact, actually, Oklahoma and Kansas had about a 3% decrease in the area of extreme drought or exceptional drought. It's still now pretty severe, though. Over the last 7 days, most of the rain has been a little bit on to the eastern side, and that pattern similar for the last 30 days. You can still see some large departures across the central part of the U.S. at 6 months and year to date, although you can see a lot of rain across Oklahoma, or Texas rather, in the Gulf Coast. As we look forward to the next 5 days, we could see a little bit of a chance of rain with the front in the region. Some good chances in South Texas as they're expecting that front to stall out and bring some rain there, and that is an area that has some extreme drought conditions, so that would be very beneficial. And you can see the red lines on the map in the upper right show above normal temperatures are expected across much of the region. In the next week beyond that, as we go towards Halloween, we can see warm and dry conditions pretty much spreading through the southern part of the U.S. A little better chance of rain across the northern plains, maybe a little bit of relief up in Nebraska, we hope. The outlook for the next 3 months, the winter, has been released now by the Climate Prediction Center, and it shows a shift from the above normal temperatures that had been expected across much of the U.S. now centered towards the west, and less optimistic chances for rainfall along the western part of the Gulf Coast. The eastern part from about Mississippi eastward looks like it's still good chances of some rainfall. Behind this is a weakening of El Nino. We're now in ENSO neutral conditions. We never quite made it to El Nino, but the cooling in the second graph there, that Nino 3.4 region, is what we really look at, and it's kind of trended down after looking like it was going into El Nino position. So the related circulations, the atmosphere is just not really responding the way we would have hoped. And that's resulted in a less optimistic outlook for drought during the winter period here, next 3 months, with an area that they had expected improvement across Missouri, Kansas, and eastern or parts of Kansas and Oklahoma. Now looks less likely. Some improvement, but not as optimistic as it had been before. As always, these briefings and other materials are posted on the SCIP website and on our YouTube channel. We are going to have a new release of our SCIP webpage, homepage southernclimate.org, that will allow you to directly access all these videos from that page. Please check back. We're working on trying to get a briefing on El Nino. Obviously, these people are in great demand, so we'll try to get that out next week.